Hello and welcome to Falker's World Podcast. I'm your host, the Falker. Today's going to be like a Thanksgiving episode. I'm not like doing too well today, but I promised myself I'd try to make an episode a week. Even though last week I made 2 episodes, but that was for other reasons. Um, but yeah, I want to start off by giving thanks to the people in my life. Um, I want to start off actually saying thank you to the people that watch this podcast and like listen to it because it means a lot. I know this podcast is probably not going to be big, but the fact that some people watch it shows that they care, I guess. And it's nice to have people watch it so I can share my ideas and stuff. I also want to thank my friends that are in the American Red Cross Club at UCI. They have impacted my life tremendously. My college experience is a million times better and more enjoyable having them in my life, and they really shaped me as a person. I also want to thank Master Deluxe, who I had on a couple of episodes ago, and we talked about League of Legends roster moves. You should check that episode out. And I might make a separate podcast with him about league picks, but I am on like league updates, but I'm not sure. I'll keep you all updated on that. He's also been one of my only constant friends from my childhood. And yeah, it means yeah, thank you. I would other than that, I want to thank Star Wars Mandalorian for getting me back into Star Wars. Um, I have I'm going to talk about episode 3 and 4 this episode of season 2. And I also have an unboxing of Mandalorian merch, which I might add on to this podcast or make it a separate video. I might just add it to this. So yeah. Hey everyone, today I'm going to do like a Star Wars unboxing. I have Star Wars Mandalorian socks, calendar socks set, and I have a like poster that I want to show you guys. And y'all, I've been reading some Star Wars books. I'm doing Master and Apprentice right now, but I have all the Aftermath books. I heard Cobb Vanth was first mentioned in the books, which I covered in my podcast, but these are the books. I'm reading this one, and I'm going to read this one, and I'm going to read these two. Whichever order it is, you can see that. And I'm also gonna be unboxing this along with showing you all what this is. Hope you enjoy. I'm gonna start with unboxing the socks, which are here. 12 calendar socks. Got the socks on the back. But yeah, let's open it up. I haven't opened this up yet, so it'll be nice to. Is this even how you open it? I feel like this is wrong. Oh no, I think that was wrong. Let's remove this tape on the front. Yeah, let's just slide off. Okay. Just speed through this part because I do not have a knife. Almost there. We got 2 more tapes, I think. 1 more tape. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so if you open it up, you see Mando and the child, or Baby Yoda, in the cockpit of the Storm Razor. And on the other side, you have the 12 days. So you got day 1, which is the armor smith. You got Quill. You got the stormtroopers. Got Mando. With, if you can see that on the top, it's like he's supposed to be a ship, and then he's on the top of the cockpit. You got Another Mandalorian. Got a flame incinerator trooper, I think. Awful Jawas. Mando again. He's riding a Burke. Mando's riding a Burke. You got cute Baby Yoda. You got the IG unit. You got the Armor Smith again. I guess I'll open all of it. I guess it's start with. Sorry about that. The box wasn't that good, but and it was hard to open. I destroyed the box. These are the socks. I'll go through them day by day now. So the first one is just says Star Wars front and back. Next one is I Have Spoken, Quill. Third one is a Stormtrooper. Fourth one is Mando. Another Mandalorian, but these are the long socks, so next 4 long socks. Then we have the Mandalorian sigil of like, there's a story behind why they use this emblem, but I do not know if it's canon still or legends. Then we have one of my favorites, Child, Baby Yoda, followed by more Mando. Then we have the Incinerator Trooper. Then we have a cute one, Snack Time. We could now add like eggs and stuff. And then we have more Baby Yoda. And for the last one, it is This Is the Way. So it's a pretty cool set, I think. I think my favorite is the Snack Time. But I actually like all of them, except maybe the Stormtrooper one. But yeah, it's a cool set. I hope you all enjoyed that little unboxing. I know it was probably not the best quality, but I enjoyed sharing it. Let's start. All right. So for episode 3, which came out 2 weeks ago, I think this episode was really good. It sets up a lot of the future for the Mandalorian, at least this season. It starts off with Mando getting onto the planet where Frog Lady was reunited with her husband, and it's a really sweet moment. You also see this cloaked figure in the back, who I think might be Sabine, because we don't see her in the rest of the episode, and she's not mentioned again, but she's just like in the background. And they pan to her, and you see, and they zoom in kind of, so you get to see her face, but you don't see this character again for the episode. That being said, Mando and the child are led to an inn where he meets with Corrin, which are like amphibian creatures in the Star Wars lore, or I guess species. And they claim they've seen Mandalorians, and they go onto the boat, and they try to kill both of them by pushing them into the water and then locking like a cage on top of them, so they can't escape. And you see 3 Mandalorians fly in and save them. And when they're saved, they take off their helmets. There's 3 of them. Mando is like he was with Cobb Vanth. He was like, "You're not Mandalorians because you take off your helmet." And Bo-Katan says, who is the main. We've seen her a lot in Clone Wars and Rebels, and she's a very important figure in the Star Wars community, like lore-wise. She was the ruler of Mandalore, and yeah, and then she probably fell after the Empire attacked her home, which will probably be revealed more and more, because her story ended in Rebels, where she has the dark saber and she's reuniting the Mandalorians and trying to get them free from the Empire. Which I'm sure that following that was the Great Purge. We don't know when the Great Purge was, so I'm assuming that would be after that. She reveals to us, the audience, as well as possibly Mando himself, that he is a member of the Child of the Watch, which I suspect is a sect of Death Watch, which were Mandalorians who served Darth Maul in the Clone Wars. Um, and the reason I think this is because a lot, specifically the armorer or armor smith, um, had horns on her helmet, which is very indicative of being under Darth Maul. Because when they changed the armor for his Death Watch, they added horns to the armor. Okay, so and then after Mando gets mad because he doesn't think they're Mandalorians, he flies off with the child, and he's attacked by more Coral, and the Mandalorian trio, which is what I'm going to call them, help him, and they claim to know where Jedi are, and they promise to help him if he helps them capture supplies from the offsect of the Empire. So the Empire remnants on the planet. He agrees to this, and he leaves the child with the Frog family. And the Mandalorian group attack a cargo ship that is set to take off. They're able to clear it out, and Bo-Katan tries to get to learn the location of the Darksaber, and she basically asks where Moff Gideon is, and Mando, and they say that they're going to go back to Mandalore, or they're going to try to reunite they're going to try to get the Darksaber back, basically. And they ask Mando if he wants to join them, and he says no. He has like his own mission. I hope he teams up with them later to go actually get the Darksaber and get their home back. I do not. I think that should be the end of the Mandalore series, the Mando's story. By the way, so I don't know if it's probably not gonna happen this season, maybe next. But I don't want them to keep like this series should end up like wrapping up quicker than like I think it should end 3 seasons or 4 seasons. I said this before, just so that they don't like mess up and they just like keep it a concise story, even though they already have filler episodes, which the last one was kind of a filler. It doesn't really move the plot further, or so Bo-Katan tells him that the Jedi Ahsoka Tano is on Corvus, and the episodes end with him leaving the planet. I'm personally super excited to see Ahsoka, which I thought it was going to be next episode, but of course it wasn't. It's going to be the following episode, I believe. So the episode released on Black Friday. This is like really cool and like really important to me because I grew up with Ahsoka and the Clone Wars specifically. So like she's like one of my favorite characters. So the next episode sees Mando's return to Navarro, which is the planet that Cara Dune and Greef Karga are on, and most of season 1 was located on this planet. Well, not most, but the last 2 episodes especially. While there, they leave Baby Yoda with a school, which cuteness ensues. He like steals like blue macaroons, they look like, with the Force. It's cute. You also see a character that looks oddly familiar. She has like the 3 like little ball things on her head, and this could be Rey, or it could be just like a teaser, like hey, that might be Rey, but I don't think the timeline would tie in with that. It could though. Maybe. It's probably not though. So after they leave the child or Baby Yoda with the school, they recruit Mando for a job. They see Mithril, which was he was introduced the first episode, and Mando took him in and froze him in carbonite, etc. But he's been working for Greef Karga, doing the books and stuff. So he's like his servant. It's kind of a comedic relief, but I don't think his jokes really hit. But that's okay. It's not a comedy, and yeah. So they attack the base, which was they asked Mando to help them clear out an old Empire base, because they want this sector to be clean, because Cara Dune apparently has the Marshal of Navarro has been clearing out the whole planet of rebel, like, bad people. So it's like a really safe planet at this moment, except for this old Imperial base. Um, so they all four of them go to the base. It's not really important how they destroy it. They just go in, try to destroy the reactor. Uh, some fights were in this, but not a lot. But when they were trying to leave, they were running away. They see like a cloning facility, or a thing that looked like a cloning facility. There's like tubes in the back where just people are floating, um, and they're wondering what it is. And then they check a holo recording of one of the scientists we've seen episode 3, I think, saying that he needs more DNA from the or M count. He needs DNA from a high M count, which is of course midichlorians, and he's referring to the child. And then Moff Gideon, you see him, and he's saying like, "We'll get like just get it," kind of something like that. But Mando thought Gideon was dead, but of course we know he's not. He had the dark saber cut outside of the TIE fighter. So now, at this point, the episode's basically over. Mando flies away to get the child, and the other three leave inside of a like carrier. I think, I don't know what the actual name is. It looks like an Imperial carrier, but it's not. They had a different name for it. And while they're leaving, TIE fighters try to attack them, and Mando saves them at the last end, and then he flies off. Now, this is really cool. At the last scene of the episode, you see Gideon looking at Dark Troopers, which are like droid soldiers that are painted black, and they're like really tough. I think these are version 3 of them, I think. The bigger ones, the stronger ones. I don't know if they were canon now. I'm pretty sure they were in Legends material, but I'm not sure if they were canon up until this point. But it's really cool to see them. I'm really excited to see where they go. It's also revealed to us that they have a tracking device on Mando's ship now, so they can follow him. And it just so happens to, next episode, he's probably gonna go see Ahsoka, and if there are other Jedi, I hope to see Ezra or Cal Kestis. I'm not sure if they're. I know Ezra's not dead at this point, or he likely isn't dead because of the end of Rebels. He flew off with the sea whales and Thrawn, so we don't know what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure he's not dead. Plus, at the end of Rebels, Ahsoka and Sabine are looking for him. So if she's just staying in one place, then they might have found him, which is, I'm excited to see him. However, I want to see how they found him. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be another series. There's going to be an Ahsoka series, I think, and a new Rebels series coming out. I don't know when, but that's what I heard. So we'll probably learn these things later on. So overall, I think that episode 3 of this season was really good. A lot of action. We're going to see Bo-Katan, which is really cool, I think. She was, like I said, an important character in both Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Rebels. We can also see like where the story's starting to go. We can see like Ahsoka, Jedi. Maybe this might be the end of the child's story, honestly, because if it does become like Mando is gonna go join the Mandalorians to go get the Darksaber, then Baby Yoda, the best place for him is gonna be with Ahsoka unless something happens. She's like, the thing is, I don't even know if she was a Jedi at this point, because at the end of Rebels, she still was not a Jedi. So she was a Jedi, and then in the Clone Wars, and then she let it go. She didn't want the title anymore because she thought the Jedi betrayed her. In a word, but it's interesting. I mean, the fact that Bo-Katan called her a Jedi is interesting, because she would know better than to call her a Jedi if she wasn't, and she didn't want to be called a Jedi. But it was a good episode. I liked it. It's like really exciting. You get to see like Bo-Katan, the two other Mandalorians like fighting alongside Mando, and you can see like they're gonna try to get their home back and like try to get the dark saber so that they can have their Mandalore again. The Mandalore being the leader of the Mandalorians. Um, I would give this episode an 8 out of 10. I think it was the second best of the season. Um, because the first, I believe, was really. I think the first one was really good. Um, Cobb Vanth, I like that guy. That character is really interesting to me. And then the second episode was the filler, and then there's this one, and it's good. I like this one. The fourth episode of the season is more of a departure from the Baby Yoda storyline and more. Oh no, yeah, it's more of a departure in that like the original Mish, like the other one before that, is getting to meet the Jedi, but this one, episode 4, where they go to Navarro, is more of like Gideon trying to get Baby Yoda. So they're both focused around Baby Yoda, but one's like getting the end game, and then one's like the enemy, I guess. And like we learn more about Gideon's plan with Baby Yoda, I guess. Um, my speculations for the season and maybe Gideon's plan overall is I don't know if the people in the test tubes were clones or they were like other species that are being injected with metachlorian counts so that Gideon can form a force sensitive army. That'd be interesting. But it could also be the precursors to Palpatine's clones that we see on Exegol in The Rise of Skywalker. I also hope that Ahsoka is not alone. Like I said before, she might have Ezra, and I maybe Cal Kestis, who's from Jedi Fallen Order, but I'm unsure about that one because Jedi Fallen Order ends early. I think I'm pretty sure it's early inside of the Galactic Civil War. So it might be interesting. He might be dead at this point because we don't know. I heard they're making a follow up to Jedi Fallen Order, so we might know more about his story. But at the end of Jedi Fallen Order, spoilers by the way, he is trying to. They got rid of their holocron that allows them to look for force sensitives, but their mission stayed the same. They're going to go look for them and rebuild the Jedi Temple or the Jedi Order, and that's good. But we don't know what happens after that. So we don't know if he succeeded or if he died in trying. We don't know. And we also like get the glimpses of like a confrontation with Gideon and his Dark Troopers, especially since they're tracking Mando's ship. I don't know if that's going to be next episode. I heard the episode 5 of the season is the longest of the whole show, which is nice. That's good. I want it to be like more than an hour, which would be really nice. But I don't know. They might say that for later in the season. I hope that season episode 5 is when we see Ahsoka, but I feel like they would save that for later. But I think this episode is directed by Dave Filoni, and Ahsoka Tano is like his baby. Like he made this character from the original Star Wars Clone Wars. So we're probably going to see it next episode. That really covers up the Star Wars topic. I mentioned before that I'm reading Star Wars Masters and Apprentice, which is about Qui-Gon Jinn's and Obi-Wan's relationship before the events of Phantom Menace. I'm not sure the timeline exactly, but it's a couple years, I think, before that. And it's a good book so far. I'm like 1/4 of the way through, and after that, I'll read the Aftermath trilogy, and I'll be able to tell you all more about Cobb Vanth, maybe. I think, though, they already covered his background inside of the episode, so yeah. That covers really the Star Wars topics. I was gonna move. I was gonna, like I said earlier, I'm not really feeling too good. Kind of under the weather, not sick but sad. So I would normally talk in length about League of Legends updates, but I think I'm just gonna give like a short snippet. So the TSM ADC Doublelift is retiring. Who who I mentioned in my previous League of Legends podcast episode was that he might retire if he couldn't get a foreign jungler, I mean not jungler, support, which looks like they weren't able to. So he's retiring, which means Loss is probably starting on TSM, which means they're probably not going to get Hooney. So they're missing a top laner. EG is missing an ADC, and they have two top laners, assuming that they actually did sign Impact. They promised to sign him, but I'm not sure if they actually did now. But yeah, this is like this has like a lot of implications for these two teams and maybe the whole league in general. But like I said, I'll probably get into that when we know more in future League of Legends podcasts. Like I said, I might be making a whole different series just for League of Legends because I know a lot of y'all aren't much interested in that. I might actually make 3 separate podcasts. One for Star Wars, specifically, one for League of Legends or gaming, I guess, and then one would be for life updates, I guess. More of like what the last episode was. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving and nerd on.